Ashwin, congratulations on the win. The thing is like India and England have played two away series each under the World Test Championship. Australia, on the other hand, have played only one away series under the World Test Championship. If they could qualify for the final. As a cricketer, like, what kind of a change would you like to see under the World Test Championship if there is a next cycle?
Look, from the top of my head, I can't really think of anything that I can really gather my thoughts on now. But yeah, there is a the challenges were a little unusual this time because of COVID and all that. Some teams had to pull out, some series were not happening, so they had to like live with what was there and try and push for percentages and all that. It is, I mean, Australia not going to South Africa just made a little bit of a status quo, which made New Zealand qualify and all that. But yeah, we are in strange times, so I think we'll have to accept what's there and at least be happy for playing the game.
Questions I got?
I wanted to ask you, like, talking about the track where Indians showed much more superior skills. Do you think a time has come when people like the England side or the Spain side, they need to accept that probably the skills counter these kind of tracks is pretty less in them. Like the kind of top that is there on the outside, but we have 200, 350 from the Indian team, 600 runs, 180 overs of batting.
No, look, I think it's us who are getting bothered by all these. I mean, everybody is entitled for an opinion. Whoever is giving their opinion are totally well within their rights to give their own opinion. I think it's us who are reading into it and seeing if it's working or not. So I think as a cricketing fraternity or as a country dealing with such sort of accusations needs to get a little better. We must just hold pride of saying how we are playing good cricket, and obviously test matches are won over a period of time. You play a lot of overs and you win a test match. So when people give their opinions, I'm completely fine with how they have their opinions, because we'll also have our opinions reserved when we tour abroad. But we don't complain or crib, or we just get on with it. And I've never seen any of our greats, be it our coach Ravi Shastri or Sunil Gavaskar. They've been on lots of tours. I've never seen them talk about pitches having a lot of grass or all these things. It's never happened. So I think it's more of a mentality. When people come out with such opinions, we should respect them. But I think we should, be able to magnanimously deflect them away from what they want to see.
Yeah, Ashwin, last time, I mean, the last match that we went to, I mean, your captain, Virat Kohli, and you yourself talked about the ball, SG ball, where there's mention about seams, it's seen. But do you think that the ball in this match has held well? Obviously, England did not bat that long. And if you I mean, you play the pink ball test next. So how was the pink ball when India last played in India?
Okay, the same question for ball was raised yesterday, the last time I was here as well. So I did mention the seam of the ball held up pretty fine this game. I thought the pitch was really hard the last game. Like, I mean, hard meaning hard. It had been probably prepared for a year, so it was that hard. Such that I think the ball seam started to wither away. But this game it held on pretty well. And your question on the pink ball, last time when we played Bangladesh, the test got over in a couple of days. Very little sample size. We've only played 2 days of pink ball cricket in India. In all, we just played 2 test matches of pink ball cricket. It's too premature to be able to talk about the ball. The challenges it brings, everybody knows what sort of challenges it brings. We'll need to be able to embrace it and get on with it.
Som has sent the question on WhatsApp. It is about how you set up Ben Stokes in both the innings, and how you've had success over him.
That's about fans on social media.
No, the person before that.
Oh, okay. So yeah, with Ben, I mean, obviously, we all know that what a fine player he is. I think it's more about trying to change angles on this pitch. There was a lot of deviation from the surface. If you saw through the game, it was not like some amazing balls got the wickets. It was more the balls that followed it, or the mind games that were being played. And when people wanted to stay positive and play their shots and also have a game plan, things were working fine. So you had to change angles to try and create an edge. There was massive deviation. Some of the balls, the ball was just dying on the batsman and going straight on. So we had to be a little creative. So both the innings with Ben, the first innings I wanted to push the ball a little up so that I could get him to play an aggressive shot. This innings also I tried to get him to drive, but he was just trying to defend a lot. So I thought because he was defending, I can use the drift. There was a bit of cross breeze, so I changed my loading up and tried to drift it back in. A non-turning ball on this pitch could be the more deadly one. So that's how he got out.
Hi Ash, you were talking to Kuldeep Yadav and Akshar Patel a lot in the middle. So what was the conversation about and how did you cope up with the inexperience they had? Kuldeep obviously was playing after a long time. So how did you cope up with that and how was it to bowl in tandem with the likes of Akshar and Kuldeep?
See, look, I mean, Jaddu is a massive presence in the team, right? And I've been playing with him for years now. It's we haven't played without each other in India for. I mean, I don't know how many test matches we played before this without each other. But I thought Akshar bowled beautifully. Even in the first innings, he was pretty good. The second innings, he got his rewards, and I thought both ends. One of the end was a touch slower than the other end. The other end had a little bit more, pace from the pitch. The other side where I was bowling from was a lot more slower. So we believed Kuldeep might be effective from the other end, and I thought Kuldeep bowled beautifully today. So it's only a matter of sometimes when you're bowling as a spinner after a long time and you're wanting that confidence to get an early wicket is always very important. And the moment he started to get the batsman driving, he was going to be a handful on the surface. So I thought he bowled very well, and Akshar, he did his role. I mean, it didn't look like he was. It just looked like he was there. It was not like he was under pressure or he wasn't ready or anything. He just played his role to perfection. He just turned up like how he turned up for a first class game and bowled beautifully.
Yes, Lereza and then Shamik Chakravarti.
अश्विन इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट कि आप हंसते नहीं लेकिन 100 के बाद जो आपके चेहरे पे खुशी थी आप जिस तरीके से हंसे वो देख के बहुत मजा लगा रहा है वो इमोशंस के बारे में कुछ बोलोगे
सर मैंने बहुत बार बोल चुका है अभी तक. सो मेरा सपना था यहाँ जो चेपॉक में एक मैच खेलना है. आप भूल जाओ वन डे T20 बट टेस्ट मैच आई नेवर थॉट कि मैं ये एक टेस्ट मैच इधर चेपॉक में खेलूँगा और फैंस मेरे लिए चीयर करेंगे. बट ओवर द ईयर्स ना मेरा पहला टेस्ट मैच तब 2013 में खेला था इधर. तब धोनी भाई ने 200 मारे और मैंने भी 12 विकेट लिया. वो अलग था फीलिंग. जैसे एक होम बॉय का तो यंगस्टर का सपोर्ट मिल रहा था वैसे ही मिल रहा था. बट दिस टाइम जो कोविड के रीजंस की वजह से पहला गेम में क्राउड नहीं था और दूसरे गेम में जैसा मेरा पहला गेम में परफॉर्मेंस हुआ था दूसरे गेम में उससे कंटिन्यू किया. और आई थॉट विकेट्स आर गुड बट जैसे मैंने 100 बनाया और द लास्ट 100 मैंने वेस्ट इंडीज़ में बनाया 2016 में. लिटरली 5 साल के बाद आया ये 100 और बहुत सारे लोग फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गए थे कि इनके पास बैटिंग एबिलिटीज़ है बट कंट्रीब्यूट नहीं कर रहा है और इसका फॉर्म थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे हो रहा है. कि प्रॉब्लम क्या है जैसे इंडिया में ना हमारा बहुत सारे ओपिनियंस होते हैं कि एडवाइस की तरफ चले जाता है. कोई सोचते नहीं है कि बैट्समैन कैसे सोचते हैं, क्रिकेटर कैसे सोचते हैं और उनके लिए क्या हेल्प चाहिए. जैसे मेरा हेल्प ज़रूरी था मेरे लिए थोड़ा कंफर्मेशन भी चाहिए था. वो मिला मुझे ये बैटिंग कोच से. और ये कोविड का समय भी मैंने बहुत प्रैक्टिस किया घर में. बॉल्स दीवार पे मार के थोड़ा प्रैक्टिस कर रहा था. स्वीप, ड्राइव और फुटवर्क में मैंने काम किया और इट केम गुड. सो सब मिलाकर ऐसा एक इमोशन आउटबर्स्ट हुआ है कि दैट ब्लैंक स्टेट, जैसे ब्लैंक स्टेट बोलता है कि एवरीथिंग इज डन एंड अभी सेटल, दैट सॉर्ट ऑफ अ फीलिंग. इसीलिए वॉट एवर रिएक्शंस केम वाज नेचुरल, नथिंग प्लान्ड.
थैंक यू.
Yes, Shamik Chakravarti.
Hi Ashwin, Rishabh Pant's keeping in this test match, I mean the way he has been improving as far as wicket keeping is concerned. From a spinner's point of view, it must be the way he stumped and points also he is completely unsighted. It must be giving the bowlers a comfort level to try more things with him standing behind the stumps, isn't it?
Okay, I didn't think I would say this, but I'm coming out and saying this now. Because you asked this question, I couldn't think of anything else. About 2 months ago, we had a cricketer called Cameron Green who made his debut for Australia. And even before he made his debut, everybody said he's the next big thing. And as he was playing, I think he got 150 in the entire series. I don't think he got a wicket through the series. But how much he was built up and how much confidence he was being given in Australia made me reflect back and think about how we as a community treat our cricketers when they come through, the young ones. It gave me a massive perspective. Rishabh Pant is an excellent cricketer. There are many more excellent cricketers who are there in the squad and are outside the team scheme as well. They're all excellent cricketers. We believe they're excellent, and that's why they end up playing for the country. And when they play for the country, it almost gets like to a point where we feel like, we are searching for what's wrong with them. Rishabh Pant was always going to be a good cricketer. He was always going to improve. Only if we back them in such a way that they can improve, they will improve faster. But if you're going to find those loopholes and faults, cricketers are going to, take that much more longer. So I think it's a more of a mindset issue for us, and I think as a community we should be able to embrace how good a cricketer is, how much we can see a lot of positives, but when we tend to choose to see a lot of negatives. So if we can see a lot more positives, I think we'll see a lot more champion cricketers.
Yeah, I just wanted to know if you had any dreams of playing in the T20 World Cup this year, considering you were in good form in the IPL and you've been in form of late also.
Look, dreams are what you have when you're really young, right? And you're thinking of what's going to come in front of you. But for me, it's very realistic. It's not a dream. But I mean, look, the space I am in right now is that I'm enjoying whatever I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. It's been more on the process. It's been about what, how, and when, rather than this, that, and there. That's something which can make you chase and make you desperate. There are a lot of cricketers who've done very, very well for India in different formats of the game over the last couple of years. I've been out of the team for the last 3 years of the white ball format, but every time I've gone on to get an opportunity in the IPL, I've put a very earnest attempt and contributed in whatever way I can. If the team deems it fit, and obviously I will think I'm good enough, but if I get my opportunity, I'll give it my best crack.
Final question now. The final question from Ankita Kriklu. She says a lot of controversies were heard about the pitch, but you seem to play an outstanding innings on this pitch, and Virat supported you really well. What was the conversation going on between the two of you at that time?
First things first, Virat was playing very well. I went and supported him. It was not the other way around. Look, I think he was showing a lot of steely resolve in terms of defending and all that. So from my side, I just wanted to go out there and carry out the plans I had in my head. However, I had practiced for getting into this game, expecting what the pitch might offer to the bowlers. So, and also the way I bowled and saw the pitch for a couple of days, I thought this is the way to play on this pitch. I played with a little bit of counter-attacking streak when I went in. So once I got in, then I sort of understood the pace of the pitch and knew what can be done, what cannot be done. And look, if you look at the pitch, if you look at what's happening on a ball-to-ball basis, how the batsman is getting beaten, then you would think it's venomous. But if you look at all the 40 wickets that fell in this game, you can probably count the balls that actually climbed and took the glove and went up in the air. It's probably 3 or 4 max.